Hi guys, I would like to show off my latest experiment. I'm experimenting now with ChatGPT to see if I can use it and make it useful in business automation, specifically bookkeeping. So here, this is tax transaction categorization that I do every month. It's basically downloaded credit card transactions, and on the right I create a column for every category. Like here I have office, legal, and subscription because that's what's in this file. And if I find a match, like Canva for example, I say okay, that falls in the subscription column. I copy the amount over, and then at the end I add this up, and this is how I end up with my categories that I can deduct on my tax return. So I've been doing this for a while, and what I was looking at is can I automate this using ChatGPT? And I gave it a try, and the first step is I thought the first step is to look at all the categorizations from last year. So I told it to, hey, look at all these files that I categorized already, and I explained to it what the structure is, and find these category columns, extract the numbers, and based on that, now you should know which categories are tax categories, and so that's one thing. So I created a lookup table for which will have description and what category it falls into. And the second step will be I will give it a new file for this year, let's say for January, and I will ask it to do the same kind of categorization if it sees the same transactions. This is actually quite complex, I think, for the UI version of ChatGPT, because you kind of have to explain to it what the structure is. It has to extract these category columns and so on. So, but let's see how it does. So I want to show the script I created to decipher this information. So again, this is the training data, a previous year's spreadsheet for categorization. So I have the category columns all right. In this month or in this period, I have office, legal, and subscription categories in the transaction data. And so this is what it looks like. When something falls into one of the buckets, I just copy that amount over, and then I summarize at the bottom. So that's how I compute what I have for each tax category. And so I'm just showing the structure, so it will make sense what the script does next. So this is the script. The script is follow these prompts one by one and show me a small sample of the table after performing each prompt. Delete columns we don't need, transaction date, post date, category, type memo, and any column and any other column which doesn't have a column heading, and wrote this a little too fast. Basically that would be an example of a column that has no heading. And then let's call the columns the right category columns. So I gave it a name so we'll know how to reference these. And then delete the rest row if it has grand total in it. In some of these spreadsheets I have a grand total. That's just going to confuse ChatGPT. It's not necessary. And then I say delete every row which has no values in any of the category columns, and show me a sample of the table. So that's because I only care about the categorized transactions, right? The ones that are not categorized don't have any data in the category columns, so I remove those. And then and now to determine which category each description belongs to, check which category column it has a value in. Create a new table of two columns, description and cat, where cat is the name of the category and the that the description belongs to. First spreadsheet that I want to process from last year. Again, the goal here is to read out the categorizations from these files. It says, it looks like you uploaded an Excel file. How can I assist you with it? Are you looking to analyze the data, create summaries, or perhaps something else? And now I give it my script, my prompts. Let's see what it does. So it's going to go through the prompts, and hopefully it's going to create a table with description and the text category. The idea being that I would run this, I would go back maybe for a couple of years, look at all the categorizations, and it will give me a starting point where to categorize things. This is a little bit similar to what QuickBooks actually does out of the box, because when we create a rule in QuickBooks, it looks at the previous categorizations. It automatically tries to categorize into the same text category, same bucket. So I'm trying to do something here, but I'm using ChatGPT and its abilities to decipher the content from complex structures. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So now it created a lookup table. So I think the reason why this is significant, and the reason why I wanted to try this, is because it's quite complex to get this information out of this structure. And I was able to describe this with a few sentences, and I think that's just really cool. It's really cool. I don't know which is easier, to do this or to just write a program. I guess people can program, maybe find this easier. Maybe I would find writing a program easier, I don't know, but it works. Okay, so we have a lookup table. And now I'm uploading a new file, right? This was the training part, and now I'm uploading a new file. This is for this year. I'm going to ask it the following. So remove the category column and show me the table. So this is the new spreadsheet I'm talking about, that I uploaded. Let's see. So I'm talking about this spreadsheet. This is basically the new file. This is what I downloaded for this year, right? This is January 1st through January 31st, and I wanted to categorize it just like the previous year's files were categorized. There are no category columns yet, right? Because it's not categorized. And so I'm asking it to do these steps. So remove the category column. There's a category column. I'm asking it to remove that, and then remove words from descriptions with more digits or punctuation, and special characters than alpha characters. So this is the same thing. I want to get rid of that noise. And then what I'm going to say is left outer join this table. So this left outer join this with our lookup table. If you guys remember, the lookup table had just the description and the text category. So it's a left outer join, and that should give me a version of this file with the category. So let's see if it can do that. Okay, so let's look at the result that it came up with. So basically, I have my new file, right? This is basically the new spreadsheet. The new spreadsheet that I uploaded, with a category column attached to it, which shows what category each item falls into based on the previous year's categorization. Most are uncategorized because it's not finding the same transactions, but when it does find the transaction, like fees, for example, managed WP, which is a WordPress package, or so that falls into fees. Then it categorizes it. Canva, it categorized Canva, and so basically when it finds transactions that it recognizes from the training data, it categorizes. So I mean, this is a little bit wimpy result because there isn't too much overlap, I guess, in the transactions. but it does work because there are a couple of them, and it just does show that it did the categorization. I still think writing a program is easier.